Alright, guys, welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Just for our last episode, we did the 3-2. The investigation. Turns out we found out Matt's true form of his scars on his face, and he's actually evil, and he hired the freaking Shelly to kill her. But now, we'll see what this trial has to be about. So let's get started. Grr, how did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh no, it's this thing again. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. Huh? But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title! As he slams the gavel onto Phoenix Wright. Oh no! I've had this dream before someplace some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer's innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court Defending Lobby number 3. Great. Beep. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You gonna prove me guilty today or right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix? Oh, Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what? What am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Christ, Phoenix. You're getting me... You're about to make me go mad on you. Like, come on. You gotta at least believe. If Maya told you to get the not guilty verdict, go get the not guilty verdict. Or get the guilty verdict. Like, Christ. Alright, set a curse on guard again. Will you please leave me look? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? Then let me join the investigation team. We're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down. We're going to do everything we can find the killer. We can get Maya out, then we get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. If I could do that, if he found Maya first. You got that? So you have to make sure you make this trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer. If you go to Mr. Edriff with everything you've got, you can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all like we've got, just like all of you. Just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. The power of friendship is gonna save this trial? Really? Okay. Jay and Jared, do you believe in the power of friendship? You just threw up on the inside. Sorry. It's the strongest weapon in the world. What do you mean friendship is the strongest weapon in the world? Yeah, it is plot armor. You have it in abundance. Yeah! The power of friendship is gonna save me. No, it's not. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Basically, we're gonna make we're probably gonna forego the trial into another part of the episode. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. We're just gonna delay the trial into a 4-2, I think. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. As now I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that drew suspicion onto Mr. On Guard. Then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing the nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual crime. I would have liked to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carrera was killed by a professional assassin, and the person who hired the assassin is his client, so to speak, is Matt on Guard. What a surprising turn of events! I would like to think it's become your commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. I know that everything Edward said it is true, but we have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. Why would you say that in the beginning? That's not how you introduce yourself. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm a sort of a lousy mentor to him. In a way, yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't have to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. Can you please stop feeling bad for yourself? Stop insulting your own ego. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you were asked. Now then, I would like to ask you to testify when you went to Mr. On Guard's room. Okay, sure. Looks like we're gonna press everything. After the award ceremony, I went to myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in Nikolai's samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, so I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. Talk with the bellboy is no big deal, and one assumes that the person Matlangar was speaking was as an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in for another sticky situation, huh? A trap. Can you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? The defense is through. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of. I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? Wait, really? That's what we're doing? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. Mr. Powers, I believe we already know that. No one said you were Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Aww. Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time, so for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room and then? Hey, wait a minute! When and how did I suddenly become the bad guy here? I mean, you do this to every witness on the stand. Oh yeah, I even saw the anime. Airbending powers. We use our airbending powers on the frickin' defendant's stand. I think I only watched like 12 episodes, but yeah. I was standing there in his front of his room, but still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them. Oh wait. Wait. I forgot to press this. Much better. Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. That's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. That was the bellboy, okay? At first, what do you mean by that? Well, he wasn't a bellboyish in uniform. They both had a juice bottle. Tomato juice? Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think it was a normal bellboy. Why was that? Why do I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, then the bellboy and defendant together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Well, now you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Oh, not more than a minute or two, I think. Now, who are these guests you're talking about? Of course, you guys, you and my little Pearl. That would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. It's like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. You remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. Any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. I don't see any evidence that I can present. I really don't see any evidence I can present, honestly. Alright, I'll try to press everything again. If I feel like I missed something. Oh great, I forgot we had to do this part again. Come on, okay. At the first, what do you mean by that? Blah blah blah. It was normal. Why was that? Wait, what? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated, you know, I did feel something weird. I thought it was because Matt, he gave a bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip giving incident itself? Oh, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps you should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. Oh, you mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip? What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor petty pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? Well, that's when something even more surprising happened. The boy who was putting the tip, he got it in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't fall at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of the shocking moments that I could... Maybe the bellboy's face? What was shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, exactly... It wasn't exactly, but more like an old gramps. Ahem, I hope you know this is a discrimination towards old men in my... Is a no-no in my own court? No, that's not what I meant at all. The smack bit of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. Line of stitches? Yeah, they went straight from the tippy top of his head, from the bottom of his chin. Almost like a thread snap, and all this head up in his head would come spilling out. Ah, he was there at Engard's room. He was that butler. Well, it took you that long to figure that out, Phoenix, right? What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Engard was talking about the killer then. That fact would be exposed and guards would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. So you don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? Huh? What did you say, just Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright. We're just going around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please get to your testimony. Edgeworth knows. But we gotta delay the trial. Let's try to check out his tip. Engard's tip. Defending is a huge, how can he afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure, but giving him that much was maybe too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify for the court about how much you would say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. We'll raise an objection. Objection! Bender's a superstar. That kind of tip is typical for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I be standing around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So surprising that roll was not a tip. And what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious for the murder of Mr. Juan Carita? Then the bellboy the witness saw? Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the Shelly the Killer card left at the scene of the crime. Shelly the Killer? He is the person the police's special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelly the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head. I just think I figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw her came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I meant Juan Carita's room. Now that I think about it, that boy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much, that's all we need for now. Huh? Well, I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer, then we shall truly see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room, and that bellboy was really the assassin? Then I think the defense's answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain us to make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And if I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, then I came back and went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. that by that time. You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Power? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. How can you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had the stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Swan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue this testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I had no idea what damaging thing he was going to say. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of the room service people, right? Well, he wasn't pushing a cart or he was holding a tray either. I call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agreed. It is a bit strange, Mr. Power. Is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Perry's testimony slide or try to pull a fast one? Fuck it! There's nothing strange or unusual about the empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplemented with a new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see, very well. This court recognizes the grants prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, we can commend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. That was kind of strange for a bellboy to become empty-handed. Empty-handed. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If you could come up with some sort of reason why you come out empty-handed, some sort of proof that I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Yeah, so he had to be assassin, I'm sure of it. Please don't be quick to judge. Oh, but it's a kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it'd be very bad for us. And he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you have to pull out some cheap tricks on this one. I think it's this phrase. Yeah, I think we have to put in the wine glass. Wow, this has been a lot easier than I thought. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He got all those stitches and then... So, a baseball has stitches? Are you saying that all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
Ooh. Well, there's also, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to take a look at ask the court, take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now if you would look at the top of the table, in the lower right corner here, anyone can see is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, he was empty-handed when he left.
Oh, but that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room.
But can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at the time?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes.
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hand.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
God dang it, like a professional killer. Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black, leather black ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves? Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Does this bellboy look really suspicious, alright? The focus can't lax here. What if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing leather black ones.
So, a football's made of leather? Are you saying that all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? Jesus, Phoenix.
That man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy.
Seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony.
The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay.
I know you want to prolong the trial, but we have to get the guilty verdict. The guilty verdict!
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Nat's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Yo guy just left without even going to the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, kinda saw like all that by accident.
Some accident, I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Is that what you saw while you were been busy spying?
Excuse me? I may be a poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Oh, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? Oh, I'm from the door in the bathroom with my left eye and a sort of sneaky spy-like.
I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. I said hold it.
Okay.
That's better. Ahem. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Ask about the person inside. Who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm?
You're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah. Well, it was Mr. Enguard's room, correct? So it could have been only Mr. Engard himself, I say.
And then, what did the bellboy do after that?
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing.
Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Enguarde's room?
He opened the door to Viola Hall. It went in there. Who knows after that, right?
I do. Do you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary that time?
Oh yeah, I saw that one thing.
What? You saw something else?
It was this jittery alien with a ray gun. I was watching Juanzar like some sort of stalker.
Think we forget about the alien? Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? Sure, if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although, that just makes it more harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about the lose-lose situation. I think we have to get 2 more out of this press. Ask him about this something. He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
What was this something?
Ha ha ha. If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small.
I would like you to summarize his testimony up to his point, if you don't mind. The bellboy left the crime scene and immediately went to the defendant's room. He handed a small item, some sort of person to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is that all really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think it's of utmost importance. This is whenever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was handed off to the bellboy. Well, let's see. I think it was no. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
A statue?
Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know?
It's like for this trial to proceed, I'm going to have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and show it to him. You have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix.
Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that?
Some sort of statue, huh? Wait, don't tell me, is it... Nah, is it? What looks like a statue? I know the bear. It's either this or this. But he said he took it out of the room. Oh! He took it out of the room! Okay, we saw this there. The figurine. Okay. What was the point of that pregnant pause?
Where did that ejection come from? Will speak up?
It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have to say something, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers.
The something you saw, was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall we found this at Matt Enguarde's mansion.
At the defendant's house. What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelly, the killer, assassinated Juan created in his room. Then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
Then the bear being found at Mr. Enguarde's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Matt Enguarde is the killer's client.
Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, it would have later on. If you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Oh yeah, forgot about that too. He knew about it as well.
It is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. It has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
There are still a few points left that you have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what point would you like to explore first?
The bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear, Mr. Wright?
This was found in Mr. Engard's mansion. However, Mr. Engard was arrested at the hotel that night. It means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. Now it's impossible that it was Mr. Engard who took his bear to his mansion.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Phew. Disaster averted.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
I remember clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Engard's mansion. We had this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to... Okay.
Yeah, Phoenix. You let your mouth run, Phoenix.
The killer and Engard were working together, so to speak, and the killer was hiding at Engard mansion as its butler. What a bold move! The bear figurine was brought back to Engard mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Engard had him do so. I assume because he would have been bad if had the police found it during the investigation.
What is so special about this bear, though? That's what I want to figure out.
Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there something I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to at least find something else.
When you do, Mr. Wright, do you plan to
expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Powers' testimony?
What? There's still another one.
There is indeed, Your Honor. It's quite a questionable point.
What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what kind of questionable point would you like to explore further?
Maybe the person who received the bear? There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear. That the identity of the person who received the bear...
He gave something to this person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as you don't know who it was who took the bear. Can't be sure of...
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, to give us a good reason why. Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remember who took the bear.
What?
Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm. It was a Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it.
You have gotta be kidding me. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order, order! It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again.
How many times is that today? I lost count.
So the person who took this little bear was this Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Engard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we made it all clearer. I think we've heard enough. Now we know why the spirit figure was at the defendant's mansion. As we are aware who received the bear from his assassin in his room, everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Matt Engard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will hand down my verdict. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Thank you, Your Honor, for understanding. You see, Mr. Wright?
You could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it. This would turn out this way. After all, what Edward has stated is the truth.
Any last objections, Mr. Wright?
Well, what should I do? Alright, let me save the game real quick. Let's hear the verdict. Let us hear the verdict. Case closed. Matt on guard is guilty. Case closed. But sir, the trial's not over. Case closed. Defense rep Phoenix. Are you giving up? If you do, Maya will die. But we have to give him the guilty verdict. But that was not part of the deal. We have to give him the guilty verdict. Matt on guard deserves death. D-E-T-H, death. You should carry that weight for your shoulders every day for the rest of your life. And I don't want that to happen to you. Mia, raise an objection, Phoenix. Objection! There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only way I have left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figure was found in Guard Mansion. However, it's possible that this is all a work of a certain other person.
What are you saying?
I'm saying is, it's possible that a different person is the killer's real client. Phoenix! Come on, Phoenix, just give him the guilty verdict. He deserves it.
Your real client?
Yes.
Is that all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say the killer's real client there of the room?
Don't tell me it's her. Fuck. I really don't want to. Come on, it's really Matt on guard. You let me down, Mr. Wright. Huh? I know you're aware of the truth, and you are free to turn your eyes from it. But at least try to make some sense while you're doing so.
I'll give you another chance, so squad.
Oh, my life points! I want to accuse him! Fuck this guy! I really want to accuse him! Adrian Andrews.
Adrian Andrews?
Yes, we already know that she tried to free Matt and guard for the crime. I wearing a spear nickel samurai.
Oh, then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have been very well been Miss Andrews.
But what about Mr. On guard?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then finding this figure at Mr. On guard's mansion
was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edger, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic, besides which there are no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell On guard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far to pin the guilt on someone else. Guilty! Yeah, unbelievable! I think Petty's murder of all things. Phoenix Wright is a terrible lawyer! He's a terrible defense lawyer! He's letting the killer loose! It's all the same mind, it's the same mind. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give it. You mean... I know you're gonna fight for Maya, but we have to get the guilty verdict. Case closed. That's not how this court works. Case closed. God, Phoenix, you're pissing me off.
Order, order, order! All disrupted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Ed.
The prosecution should prepare to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even if you had must thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear up all doubts against Miss Andrews.
Who would that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor. Wow, already a recess. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt on to Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick. Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. A strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. We barely found something to latch onto.
Dude, that's good, pal.
What about you? Anything yet? You figure out where the killer Maya are?
We still have leads, but...
What? We don't have any more time!
Yeah, just one single clue would be really helpful.
I was only about to come this far, but I kept thinking to myself, I gotta keep that trial going until Maya's been rescued, but I have just run out of luck this time. Is all our hope for naught?
A tent?
Huh? A tent?
I can see a circus tent.
Mia? Looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. I can see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away.
Gumshoe,
is there a circus in town right now?
There's only one, pal. It's a very big circus from the last case.
Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent.
What? Hold on a second, pal. Hey, drop a circle. That's about a map about 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry.
And I can see the mailbox under the window just outside.
Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else?
What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but there was a small wonder I couldn't see anything else. It's like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her in an old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang on there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck.
Good luck.
I'll call you later, so let your battery die, okay, pal?
Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix, but she's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. Can do this, I have to make this trial last a little longer.
Court will now reconvene.
The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, the one obvious question arises: why is this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, he had been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have.
You have seen it before?
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, can you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? Alright. Why? Why does she... Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. We gotta open it then.
So this figurine is a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, it looks good to see you. You agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot it. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Looks like there really was something to that bear after all. and we shall press each statement and ask someone to open it. A puzzle? That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figure.
True enough. People who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. What kind of question is this exactly?
Know the correct
Order. Can be taken one piece apart at a time, okay? So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? Well, first turn its tail to the right, then push it in.
Oh yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting.
A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's having too much fun with the bear.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it.
So what do you find after that you take the puzzle apart?
At its center is a small cavity, just enough room to store a small item. What's in the bear? What's in the bear? How do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it'd be perfect for Juan. So it was a present for Miss Andrews?
Witness, let's continue your testimony.
Who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it could be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get what's inside.
Well, it is a toy. It can never be the same once it's broken. Who else notices this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? Never told anyone. As long as Juan never told anyone either, that only the two of us know. Two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. Guard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Only Karina and Andrews know how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have to come to realize that there's one very important fact we haven't covered, and that is all this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that comes next, and that is this. What is inside this bear? Yes, open the box! Open the bear!
What's inside?
That's right. And that's what we are going to find out next, witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. Is there a painful silence hanging around over the courtroom? All your eyes on Miss Andrew as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Click. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's a suicide note.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, just as we suspected it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems that Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting, and she has just beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Read it! We need to read it! Read it, Edgeworth. Witness, do you know anything about this? Yes, I did. I heard about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything's going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace, so now that the next law is open it. What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate for the contents of this note to be made known. Can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I cannot allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. Judge's voice rang loud and clearly through the deathly silent courtroom. In her notes, Celeste Impacts left us a record that happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by Unguard, about being engaged Corita and guards rolled in destroying that, about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say. Is that it? There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Unguard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! But Unguard's values above all is his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made to the public. At any cost. It's Unguard's fault that the woman killed herself! And this time, he went to the forest to kill someone to stop it from revealing that! Well, terrible for selfish person. I guess there are slimeball lawyers who will defend these creeps too! Phoenix Wright is a terrible lawyer! He is one of the worst lawyers in the history of defense attorney lawyers! Yeah! The masses have agreed! There's no room for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client's goal was to obtain his suicide note, and the only person who knew he needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bearer of this note decided to find was at the defendant's house. It seems we have come to the truth at last! The defendant's motives are entirely self. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. And also, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you're a terrible defensor. How could you defend Mr. Matt Unguard? We should be getting the guilty verdict, so I could be leaving right now. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Phoenix, you dug yourself a hole because you wanted to defend Matt because you wanted to buy time. And now the world hates you because you're defending him. Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I could find a way out of this situation through one of those. Gabble's already in the judge's hand, Phoenix, hurry. Suicide note? Objection! Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer! He's still going at it! It's like he doesn't care, he's trying to get a killer off the hook! This lawyer is a terrible lawyer! I think Your Honor believes that Matt Unguard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, there is a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Miss Korea until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt Unguard could have not known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Was this a flash? But I think I got rid of rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The Fed seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? A very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? He's gonna bring it out at what the? I thought that the spy camera was in my possession. Matt Unguard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Kawan Kurita, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Mr. Matt Unguard. Order ahead, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't tell me you knew your client's spying activities?
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, you are committing perjury in courts. How dare you commit perjury in my goddamn court?
I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch by using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Bodyguard's fingerprints were on there?
Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras are hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Unguard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that.
Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking?
Mom, is that man the killer? Shush, stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating just so ew, nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet?
What I'm going to do next?
Just running like a frightened shower?
Just give the guilty verdict. That's all you have to do.
Put in the guilty verdict, right? Isn't that right, Phoenix, right? I know it seems like Mr. Edwards is very close to putting the lid on this case, but his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
There's a piece of evidence he should really investigate. Something he should investigate? Oh, no. I would really hate to see this good prosecutor get scolded. For now, remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think this is time we finally understand everything. Oh, Mr. Wright, do you have any further objections to you?
What is this piece of evidence Mia's talking about? Can I even figure out what it is?
No objections!
Let me save the game first.
No objections! This case is closed. Matt Unguard is guilty. Guilty, I say. No objection.
I have no objections to Guard getting his guilty as she should.
Yes, he is guilty.
But I can't let that happen yet. Mia said there's something that's fine something I must bring up. I have an objection.
Oh, come on, Phoenix! Phoenix, please, just give Matt the guilty sentence. He deserves it. Why you keep defending him? Please, stop, Phoenix.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is not letting go of this so easily.
You're beginning to sound desperate.
That is just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edriff, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said?
Yes?
So you're telling me that I forgot one thing? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. There's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Is it the I guess it's the suicide note, right?
Take that! That is Mr. Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession only a few moments ago, which means the handwriting of the suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
Oh.
So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really my impacts or not, is yet to be remotely confirmed.
Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. It's Mr. Wright.
Are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you're the one who tried to pin the murder on Mr. Unguard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put this on the...
She tried to find the bear, Phoenix! Are you stupid? Are you stupid, Phoenix? Hey, she tried to find it.
If she did find it, she would have given it, but she tried to find it. How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Mr. Matt on guard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, and show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented the scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of this proof lies with you, the prosecution. Phoenix! Phoenix Wright is so pissing me off right now. Just give Matt the guilty verdict. But what happens to Maya? Just case closed. That the point of a case is case motherfucking closed.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note?
Is the defense to say the handwriting has yet to be analyzed?
That's the case. It seems that yet again to we reach the point of the verdict is impossible.
That's impossible.
This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial for one more day. I think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have the choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
I'm right now seeing my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time.
And God is guilty. Look, any idiot could tell you that.
I think we reached the end of the line. Phoenix, what you have done is caused the masses to be very angry with you. And this is because of your actions. I know you're trying to delay Maya's safety, but you have to reveal the truth. You can't just delay the truth.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
What is that sound? It's Gumshoe.
Hello, Gumshoe!
What is with him? Was that son? Where's Maya? What's happening to the killer?
He, got away.
What?
I'm sorry, pal. I really don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
Found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But don't tell me we don't have an...
Guilty! 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 Yeah! Guilty! Get the guilty verdict! Guilty! Guilty! Guilty!
You hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come to this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth!
I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, will you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
Get the phone to Edgeworth! God damn it! I'm about to say his end proceedings. We may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch!
Take that!
Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you gotta buy us some more time!
Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor, you were saying.
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law!
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but...
I'm reluctant to do this, however. It appears I have no choice but to suspend the proceedings till tomorrow.
I can't do really can't do anything.
Well, it's adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth.
What is it, Mr. Edge?
I request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
To perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
Can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
Or would it be better if we adjourn it for today and reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecution request, the court will now take a 30-minute recess. Be advised, it will now allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time.
Report. Oh, is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time to spit it out.
Right. Looks like we missed him, sir. The killer left a few things behind by accident and rushed to get away.
Few things. Can we use any of them as evidence?
Oh ho ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. But I got things with me right now, so I'm on my way over.
Really? That's odd. Any items that like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I got to put the law on hold for now.
That sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over it.
With my hunk of junk car, we sir in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get in there in one piece.
On mission, no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stuff and running every red light.
Items left by the murder, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong, Detective Gumshoe? Answer me!
No one can stop me.
Gumshoe! No! No! What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We gotta hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car. No radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there's a way we could find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why, oh why, did Gumshoe have to get into accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Oh! We have to ask for that person's help. That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe was through this. Yeah. I remember when Francisco von Karma said you let him put a tracker in Gumshoe, so he knows his every move. We have to ask for help. We can... Come on. Okay. Francisco von Karma will help us, please. Why are you bringing up Francisco at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her, but the chances are slim that she's all we have. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my attorney to say defense Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. Doesn't suit someone to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict. Is Prosecution Edgeworth here? Yes, Bailey.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They say it was extremely urgent.
Probably finished with the handwriting analysis. Have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what you must do. Oh my god. Please, for the love of God, Phoenix, just give the guilty verdict. Just fucking give the guilty verdict. This case closed at the end. Case goddamn closed. Alright, I guess I'll see you guys all next time.